Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually inspired by Shauna J here on YouTube. I recently came across this video on her channel where she was ranking all the top most gourmand fragrances from Bath & Body Works, and I thought that would be a great idea because we all love gourmands on this channel. So I gathered up the most delectable, delicious, true gourmands. I have a lot of sweet body mists from Bath & Body Works, but this is strictly gourmands, meaning like cakey, yummy, edible, foodie. That's what I'm ranking today, and I'm ranking them from my least to most favorite. It's very hard because even my least favorite is a big favorite. I have here 14 mists that I'm going to be ranking and just telling you my thoughts on each one. But before we get into that, this portion of the video is kindly sponsored by Scentbird. So a huge thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this portion of the video. Scentbird is a monthly subscription service where every single month you get a fragrance of your choice right at your doorstep. With Scentbird, every month you pay only $16.95 to get a fragrance of your liking, and these perfumes range from $300 to $500. They have over 700 fragrances to choose from, and they even have colognes, so there's something for everybody, ranging from super popular designers to super popular high-end niche fragrances. Scentbird is a great way to try out new fragrances, especially if you are a beginner with perfumes and you are super overwhelmed by all the choices out there. This way you can get a fragrance at your doorstep every single month, and you decide every single month what you want to try, and it's very low guilt because it's not like you're spending an arm and a leg, even though these perfumes are literally up to $500. If you're interested in trying out Scentbird, you can scan this QR code right here or go through the link below, and with my coupon code Ksenia55 off, you get 55% off of your first order with Scentbird, which will make your first shipment only $8. And along with your fragrance, you also get a little note card that tells you the fragrance that you got, as well as in the back you'll get all the notes, a brief little description, so that makes it really helpful to kind of get to know the perfume that you got. So with that said, let me show you some fragrances so that maybe you get kind of an idea of where you want to start. These are perfumes that I've wanted to try and I've told you guys about on my channel, so I'm so happy to have finally tried them. And by the way, your Scentbird samples will come just like this in a little baggie, and this is what the actual component looks like. Now with this, you can use it just as is. All you do is just twist it and it sprays out, and then you can just lock it back so it doesn't go anywhere. These are perfect for traveling, obviously, or to just throw in your purse. These do also open, and here is the sample itself. It's a very generous sample that is kind of made with the intention of it lasting you for an entire month until you get your next shipment in. So the first fragrance that I have here is Dead Cool Extra Milk. I've been wanting this for a while now, but it's always sold out every time I go on Sephora. And so when I saw it on their site, I knew I had to have it. This scent is kind of along the same family as Another 13 by Le Labo, Molecular 1, Not a Perfume, all these perfumes that are like very molecular, your skin but better kind of perfumes. So that's why I really wanted this one, because I've been hearing that this is super complimented in all these things. This is just like that typical skin musk scent, but the second it hits your skin, it just gets woody and sexy and just meshes so well with your natural skin chemistry. This only has white musk, amber, and bergamot, and it's just like a clean skin musk. These scents get so many compliments because they just smell good, and honestly they work on everybody. The next one is Amazon Rainforest's Sanctuary. This one has Dew-Kissed Mandarin, Black Pepper, Geranium, Rainwater Accord, and Vetiver. I thought this was super unique and just seemed very green and earthy. And that's exactly what this smells like. This smells like fresh rain, but the longer that it dries, it kind of gets perfumey and musky. This literally smells like when it just freshly rained and it like hits the asphalt and you can kind of smell it. I'm sure we all know what that smells like. That's what this smells like. Amazon Rainforest. They've literally captured that perfectly. There's something so nostalgic about a scent like this, and feels very therapeutic and uplifting. It's pretty soft for the most part, so if you're into fresh, watery kind of scents, this is perfect. I've been wanting this for a good while, and I'm so happy to finally have my hands on it. This is Mancera Instant Crush. The amount of times I hear people talking about this perfume and how it gets them non-stop compliments and just like raving on and on about this perfume, but it's very pricey, so it's not just like one of those scents you just go out and buy. So with Scentbird, you get to try it out. This has notes of citrus, saffron, amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. Honestly, I get what people say about this. This smells like the love child of Baccarat Rouge and Roses Greedy, is it? Or Intense Cafe. But it definitely has a Baccarat Rouge vibe to it. Like that creamy, sweet kind of scent. Oh, that smells really, really good. I really love Baccarat Rouge, so I feel like I really love any scent that kind of smells like it. But this is also different enough. I definitely get why this is sexy and so complimented. So that's definitely a 10 out of 10. We'll definitely be using this for like date night. Next one, I love how they're like all nice and colorful too. This one I actually talked to you guys recently in a future perfume releases video, and I told you how I wanted to try this. This is called Lucky Candy by Montal. This actually just recently released, so I was surprised to see it on their site, but you can get this. The notes are delicious. So in here you have honey, white flowers, coconut, marshmallow, and amber toffee. This smells really nice. It's definitely like marshmallowy and creamy and sticky and ooey gooey, but also has a freshness to it. I don't know exactly how to explain it. Kind of reminds me of like Mac Candy Yum Yum or something like that. I think if you love sweet candy like scents, you would definitely love this. I can't wait to wear this more and just go through the sample and maybe even get the bigger bottle. You never know. I've actually found some of my all-time favorite scents trying them out through Scentbird first, so that's why I love this company. Here's another one. This one has a nice color to it. This one's called Voodoo Lily. It has geranium, cedar, Moroccan rose, lily accord, and sandalwood fall under the powerful love spell of Voodoo Lily, a seductive and mysterious scent of heady florals blended in a balanced potion of blackcurrant, sandalwood, and smoldering frankincense and oud. The way that they describe this just has me in a trance. They describe it as like this love potion, and honestly, they're not wrong. It smells so pretty. This is rose, but not synthetic rose, not too mature rose. We all know how I feel about that kind of scent. No, this is just pretty. It's like a woody rose, sweet. It's super delicious and elegant and just very feminine and powerful. All right, and then the last scent I have here is an oldie but a goodie. When I saw that they had this, I had to have it. This is Katy Perry's Purr. I'm like, what do you mean you have this on this site? Like, they have like every perfume there. This has notes of peach nectar, forbidden apple, jasmine blossom, and pink freesia, and vanilla accord. This smells so nostalgic because I'm pretty sure I've smelled this before like years ago when this scent probably first launched, which was 2010. So that's like literally 14 years ago. Oh, it just has that typical sweet celebrity scent kind of smell to it. It just reminds me of good times. It smells so good. Love this. I'm so glad I picked this one up. So those are all the Scentbird samples that I tried out. If you guys liked any of these, make sure to pick them up. Make sure to use my code to get your first Scentbird sample for just $8. Thank you to Scentbird again for sponsoring today's video. And with that said, let's get straight into today's video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Like I said, this is gonna be ranking, so let's start from the bottom and work our way up. It kind of hurts to talk about these bottom scents even though I love these scents all, but it's a ranking video, so I have to leave it to the best for last. So down at the very bottom for the most gourmands, I'm putting Orange Vanilla Twist. I love this scent, so it kind of hurts me to put this low, but in comparison to some of these, it definitely ranks lower gourmand scale wise because it's just a little bit more uplifting and fruitier for a gourmand, even though it's still super sweet and yummy. This one has notes of juicy orange, summer sherbet, and vanilla cream, and it's delicious. Honestly, when this fully dries on your skin, it does open up a little bit more fresh and citrusy, which is honestly the only reason why I'm ranking it a little bit lower. But when it dries down, it's like a sugary sweet orange creamsicle on your skin, and it's really good. So yes, but this is in the 14th spot, and we're only coming up from here. In the 13th spot, shocking, but Sweetheart's Cherry. This is very yummy, yes, but in terms of gourmands, I feel like others kind of do it better, but it's still on this list because it's still more gourmand than a lot of other Bath & Body Works scents that are supposed to be really sweet, simply because of that crushed pistachio and whipped vanilla sort of aspect, because I feel like the cherry in here is more fruity and almost like borderline perfumey, but then the crushed pistachio and the whipped vanilla kind of give it more of a gourmand, sugary, edible, creamier feel, so they kind of just mellow out the cherry a little bit. But this is really good. I mean, I've been talking about this so much. It's delicious. But in 13th spot, next we have Whipped Coconut Milkshake. This is kind of in the same reason why I rank the orange vanilla twist. It's just more edible in like a drink edible way because it's like a milkshake and not like foodie cakey as some others that I have on this list. So that's the only reason why it's ranked a little bit lower. This has vanilla ice cream, toasted coconut, and sugared amber, and it's really delicious. It's just like a creamy coconut. Honestly, I don't know if you guys have ever had those little coconut cookies, but it kind of smells like that. I'll put up a picture of what I'm talking about. This just smells literally like a whipped coconut milkshake. It's milky and creamy and lactonic, but with coconut. So not like all the way gourmand. And then in 11th place, before we get into the top 10, I have strawberry snowflakes. I really love this one, and it does remind me of another strawberry cakey type scent, which we're gonna get to, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But strawberry snowflakes is just like a little step down from that one, I would say, in terms of gourmand. It just feels a little bit creamier and a little bit more like perfumey, slightly. Not complete perfumey, otherwise it wouldn't be in this super gourmands list, but just in comparison to some others. But it's still just like a creamy strawberry candy like scent. This has juicy strawberry, whipped cream, and iced bergamot. It's just not like quite there in terms of super gourmand, but it's still really delicious. It's just, you know, didn't quite make it. Starting with the top 10th and the 9th one, I'm gonna talk about these hand in hand because they're the exact same scent, so let's just say 10th and 9th place. We have Cotton Candy Clouds and Boardwalk Taffy. Even though these are like the same scent, I know I'm like, there's no point to include them as two different ones, but whatever, I am. These ones are really good and candy and definitely super edible, and I mean quite literally cotton candy, but it's more like cotton candy and raspberry sort of mixed together, and it's more in terms of like ice cream. So still super delicious and sugary sweet, very girly. But we are now just getting into like gourmand territory, but these just like barely made it. In 8th place for my favorite gourmand ranking comes Wrapped in Vanilla. I would have included this closer to the top 5, but I feel like there was others that kind of beat it a little bit, even though I love Wrapped in Vanilla. This quite literally smells like you are wrapped in a cloud of fluffy vanilla whipped cream. This has soft vanilla, velvet sugar, and chantilly cream. So good, just not quite gourmand as what we are about to get to. So yes, this is in 8th place. In 7th place comes Strawberry Pound Cake. So this was of course gonna be a little bit closer to the first spot because Strawberry Pound Cake is just absolutely delicious. It smells like a strawberry pound cake, like a strawberry shortcake. It's so girly and strawberry, but it definitely has that cakey factor in there big time. This one has fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream. It's just so edible and creamy, delicious, but that strawberry just makes it so girly and fun. I love it. Just, you know, we got better ones in terms of like gourmand. Next comes Coconut Cream Pie. I thought this was gonna be even closer to number 1, but then I smelled some others and I'm like, no, you're gonna be number 6. Just not quite there with the top 5s, but this just barely made it. Coconut Cream Pie is delicious and creamy and literally like coconut cream pie, but the coconut isn't necessarily a big factor of this. This one has top notes of toasted coconut flakes, caramel custard, and golden pie crust. It just feels like a very warm pie with just a little bit of coconut, but it's just like doughy, cakey. It even smells warm. You can quite literally smell that warmth, the baked goods kind of scent of this, and it just makes you feel really cozy. It even has this like butteriness. It's really good, but we have officially made it to the top 5. In 5th place, Iced Lemon Pound Cake. This one caught me by surprise because I know I've mentioned on this channel that I don't like citrus and gourmands kind of mixed together, and I was kind of afraid that this was gonna smell like cleaning products and gourmand, and that just kind of throws me off. But no, this is a lot more cakey than it is citrusy, and I think that's mainly because this doesn't have citrus, it just has pure lemon zest, so that just gives it a little zing, but without taking away from the really gourmand notes that are in here, like sugary glazed icing and fluffy pound cake. So this is just absolutely delicious. I mean, it literally smells like an iced lemon pound cake, but like for real, with no weird cleaning citrus chemical products thrown in there. It's just like good, gourmand, creamy, edible. In fourth place is Vanilla Confetti Sparkle. I really love this one because it's very doughy and buttery and cakey. This is actually the repackage for Vanilla Confetti Cake Pop, which I had been wanting for so long, and then they finally brought it back in this repackage, so I got like 3 of them. I'm pretty sure I've decluttered a couple because I'm like, okay girl, you're doing too much, but I still think I have at least 2 of these in my collections because I think the scent is just done to perfection. It's so smooth and creamy and buttery. This smells like those dessert shops in Disney where you're just like smelling as you're even walking around Disney. It smells like that. It has creamy cake frosting, rainbow sprinkles, and vanilla beans. So this is pretty delicious, but this is just very plain. Like, this is just like plain buttery cakey. So let's get into some flavor. In third place, I have Raspberry Jam Donut. This scent is one of the most literal Bath & Body Works scents ever because this is literally a raspberry jam donut down to the warmth. It's like you were baking them and you just open the oven. It's this scent. This is one of the most realistic. They've captured everything in here. Everything. The raspberry, the jam, the raspberry jam, as well as that warm, fluffy donut, which is literally word for word the note that's in here. And it's so literal down to the warmth. Like, you can quite literally smell the warmth of this. This is just as realistic as it gets. Literally raspberry jam donut. Every time I smell this, it makes me hungry. It's just delicious. And the top 2, in the second place, I have Christmas cookies. Now, I know that there's other scents like coconut cream pie kind of smells similar to this, and even vanilla confetti sparkle, but I feel like this just does it the best because I feel like out of all these other ones that are very cakey and buttery and doughy, this is the smoothest of all and the creamiest of all, and it literally smells like Christmas cookies. It's so nostalgic and cozy and warm. This has creamy cookie dough, almond biscotti, and caramel woods, and this just does it the absolute best in my opinion. If I just want to smell literally edible from head to toe, I'll wear this. And I also like to pair it with Cherosa 71, which is like that white chocolate macadamia nut type of scent, and the 2 of these, you are literally a walking cake. Like, it does not get more gourmand than either one of these scents. And then the number 1 spot for my personal favorite, Gourmand. I know probably a lot of you would disagree with me, but to me this is just the yummiest scent ever, and I've loved this scent ever since I discovered it, and I still do, very much so. Champagne Sprinkles. I think this smells so yummy. It's so good. This has sparkling champagne, raspberry icing, and rainbow sprinkles. This is so sugary and girly, but it's kind of like bubbly and almost a little like sour, but it works so well with all the sweetness from the sprinkles and the icing. I love this scent. I cannot get over it, and it had to be number 1. I know that some of these are a lot more gourmand, but it's still, in my opinion, the yummiest one of all, and that's what this video is. So this is just my personal ranking. You don't have to agree, but Champagne Sprinkles, definitely number 1. And that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those are my rankings of the best and yummiest Bath & Body Works body mist, ranked from worst to best. I don't want to even say worst, but just like least yummy but still really yummy to most yummy. Thank you again to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video, and make sure that you check out the QR code or go through the link online and utilize my code XENIA55 off to get your first order for 55% off. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you guys in my next video.